What's up, everyone? Welcome to something a little different here on the channel. This is a collaboration that's been brewing for quite some time between myself and a couple other YouTubers. So with me today, I have Reversal.
Hey guys.
And I have Twintendo.
What's up, guys?
So what we're doing here is the first ever episode of GoCast, a brand new Pokemon Go podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so confusing because this has been in the work for like months right now, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Literally
I think it might have
months.
even been the end of last year. Because we got you into it in like the last 3 months.
Yeah.
But me and Nick, God knows how long I brought this idea to him. I was like, let's just do a podcast, something I really want to do on Pokemon Go, because it's kind of just, when you make a video about Pokemon Go on YouTube, you see it so many times, the same video, and I just kind of wanted, a discussion between passionate YouTubers. So
I guess more of a conversation, and that actually,
absolutely.
I feel this is also very important. Like every single GoCast episode will have a certain topic. The topic of today's GoCast will mostly be revolving around the Rock event. Now, do take in mind, at the time of recording, it is 24 hours before the event actually begins. So the moment this video will be going up, it means that, this video will be slightly outdated, but it shouldn't ruin the conversation in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, hopefully.
And also very important, if you have anything to say, join in the conversation, because we would love to hear your opinions in the comments, as always.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely. So the way this is going to work is this first episode is obviously here on my channel. The next episode will be on Reversal's channel, and then the following episode will be on Twintendo's channel, and we're aiming to get these out every 2 weeks or so, originally because Niantic was updating the game every 2 weeks. It seems recently that they've kind of strayed away from that schedule.
Yeah.
But with the amount of events that they've been putting out recently, there should be plenty of new stuff to talk about every 2 weeks. So make sure you're subscribed here, obviously, to Reversal and to Twintendo so that you don't miss an episode. So I guess let's just start with the Rock event. For me, Rock-type Pokemon are pretty common here in Southern California. But Reversal is in the Netherlands. Twintendo is in the UK. So for you guys, how are you feeling about this event?
You go first.
Okay. Do you want me? Okay. So for me, I don't see that many rock type Pokemon. You see the odd one, but I rarely see Onix, Geodude. I don't think I've ever even seen like a Larvitar. You only have to really hatch them, and Tyranitar, obviously, stuff like that. So this event, I'm really looking forward to, because there's so many rock type Pokemon I have not yet to get. Compared to Trainer Tips and Reversal, I don't play as much as them, so that's probably why I've not seen as many rock type Pokemon. But still, I'm still really happy that there's a rock type event. Definitely something I'm looking forward to. What about you there, Reversal?
I don't see them at all.
Oh, really?
Quite frankly, this event, for me personally, I feel it's going to be the best event. And I actually put a little picture on Twitter. I'll make sure to show it to you guys after that. For every single event that has been ongoing, there's this ongoing trend on Reddit where it says expectation versus reality. But even if that expectation part versus reality turns out to be that just reality where there's only Geodudes and stuff, that would still be really awesome for me. It really would.
Yeah, that's so funny to hear. For me, that's kind of what I was hoping out of the grass event, because I don't get a ton of grass types out here.
Ah, okay.
So do you guys think that this rock event is going to be based around biomes again? Because if that's going to be the case, I think I would personally be a little bit disappointed.
I think that's the only way I'll be very disappointed with this event. I'm hoping it's not like the grass event, which was based on biomes. Basically, you could only find these, a lot of grass Pokemon in certain biomes. I'm hoping that's not a new trend Niantic are doing. I hope that was just a one-off.
Right.
Because otherwise it's just like, we're hyping up this event, and because obviously it's not out yet, we're talking in advance, we're talking beforehand, before the event's out. We're going to disappoint a lot of people if that is the case. So I can't see them doing that. But then at the end of the day, it's Niantic, and we never know what they're thinking.
Well, they have been communicating more than before.
They've definitely improved, with the Niantic Help Twitter account. So
yeah, and then they're also on Reddit now, so we're definitely seeing improvements. I feel like they've finally been able to hire and train a little bit of PR staff
Communication
so they're definitely getting
managers
better in
of
that.
sorts.
Yeah.
In that
I mean, didn't they
regard,
advertise about that before the game was even out? And I'm pretty sure we didn't even have like a community manager.
No, I think
Yeah,
they
I remember
had
seeing job listings for it.
Yes.
I was so tempted to apply for that.
Yeah.
I honestly was. I saw it was LA, and I was just like, I'm there.
I don't want that job ever, to be honest.
I know, right? That was my thinking. There's so many people upset already. I don't know if I could really.
Oh yeah,
make
now
them
it would
okay
be a
with it.
terrible job. Be getting death threats and hateful emails. But yeah.
Right. So the rest of the Rock event. I mean, now that it's already started, now that you're listening, you know, but let's just run through it real quickly. We have increased items from Pokestops, Pokeballs on sale for 50% off, Buddy Pokemon finding candy 4 times faster. It's just pretty overloaded for an event.
Can we talk about the most important thing though? The new avatar item Explorer's Hat. That is
Absolutely.
all, that's all we want, to be honest.
It's awesome.
I know. I just posted a video actually. Like it went up 30 minutes ago, and I said the exact same thing. That's the most
awesome.
important part
Did
of this event. Yeah.
The Magikarp hat for me was a no-go because I was always too afraid to put it on because I would think I would end up missing on a Magikarp because I still need a shiny. So until I do get my shiny, the Magikarp hat is gonna stay off.
Really, there were plenty of times where I saw the hat and tried to click on it, thinking that a Magikarp had spawned.
Yeah,
but
exactly. And it's actually cool. Whenever I was in Denmark, I saw someone with a real Magikarp hat. Like there was this woman of like she was like 70 years old, and she like made one, and she was wearing it inside of that crazy mall, and it was so cool.
So cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I love it when
I love that.
just people in general make actual like Team Mystic outfits or Team Instinct shirts or something among those lines to kind of represent their team or something inside of Pokemon Go. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Nah, I completely agree.
That level of
I'm probably
dedication
due a
for
Team
sure.
Mystic shirt. The problem is I got a Jolteon snapback, and I'm like, I really look like a Team Instinct member now.
Would you guys dress up as a team representative during summer?
We should, to be honest. In fact, I've got an Explorer's hat in my room right now that I could honestly wear.
Really?
But like, what team are you on exactly, Twin?
I'm a Mystic, dude.
Are you a Mystic? Would you
You
wear a
tweeted
Team
about
Mystic?
it.
Sorry about. Yeah, that's true. My bad. My bad. I have this rock event in my mind. Okay.
No,
Would you rock a Team Mystic shirt going outside playing Pokemon Go?
It depends if I'd want to get beaten up or not that day. Honestly, I confuse people, to be honest. Like I was saying, I got a Jolteon snapback. I'm wearing the reddest shirt possible. Didn't even think like I'm representing Team Valor. Yeah, I'm Team Mystic, guys. Surprised to say.
I was honestly kind of hoping you were Team Valor.
That would have made it very interesting. Yeah. I can make a Team Valor account if that helps.
But
Man, I actually have something planned for this rock event that involves a costume. I'm not going to say too much. Honestly, by the time this podcast is up, you might have already seen it, but I'm pretty excited for it. It should be fun.
I mean, to be honest, in the next podcast, we'll be discussing, what we actually thought of the event, what we found, stuff like that. So
yeah, we'll feature some of your comments as you guys will converse in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
It should be really fun to see what you guys have to say as well. But the rock event is awesome. Candy, who are you guys gonna take as your buddy?
Buddy Candy.
I still have Charmeleon, still going for that Charizard, but it's either between Charmeleon or Dratini, just because I got robbed of Dragonite from Niantic basically 2 days after the game came out, and the server crashed. I mean, we've all been there with a Pokemon like that. So I'm just done with Dratini, and so this is a good place to kind of get it back. The only problem is it's still 10 kilometers, I think. No, not 10 kilometers. 5 kilometers for each.
5 for candy.
But then again, it's 4. It's 4 times, so it's probably worth it.
No, it's 4 times faster. So
4 times. Okay, so 4 times faster. Which
that's
is
better.
Basically,
that's even better.
Not true, actually. Yeah. So I'm probably put Charmeleon. I want that Charizard, but why not both? Why not both?
Right.
What about you?
It's a week-long event.
How about you, Nick? What are you rocking?
I'm walking with Mareep.
Yeah.
I think at this point, like 20 23 candies away from the full evolution to Ampharos, which is one of the last big evolutions that I need for
I'm
Gen
really
2.
surprised.
It's my buddy as well.
rare
I
it
have
is.
my Fluffy as my buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I posted a poll on Twitter yesterday, in fact, where I asked people what buddy they're going to be rocking. Now, we don't know, once again, what rock Pokemon will be spawning more frequently, but I was surprised to hear that, I think about 50% of the people said they're going to make Larvitar their buddy.
Yeah.
And I think that has something to do with the fact that, of course, it is the highest CP Pokemon. But I thought it was interesting considering that, there is a chance that Larvitar will be one of those more frequent Pokemon.
Yeah, and to follow up on that, the general strategy, I think, in my opinion, is to walk with the rarest Pokemon. Because if you think about it, let's say I'm choosing between Larvitar and Mareep.
Yeah.
And they're going to take the same amount of distance to earn a candy. But I'm going to see a lot less Mareep in the wild. I'm going to hatch a lot less Mareep while I'm, hatching eggs. So the chances of finding Larvitar candy through other methods are a lot higher than finding Mareep candy. So for me, I'm always trying to walk with the rarest one during these events.
That's fair enough. I think people are also going to be running Blissey a lot, or Chansey, because Blissey OP.
Definitely.
For real.
I think people should also consider Machamp, Machop, Machoke as
I think it's super important in the current metagame.
You kind of convinced me that in your
necessary.
videos. You kind of convinced me that you should probably, if you want to have a great counter against Blissey, Machamp is the way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not much that really, I mean, for sure it's the best, and then there's tier 2, which is probably Heracross,
I think it's
if you're lucky enough to have one.
Machamp is God tier, and then there's 2 tiers below, and then the rest starts.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
No, that's a good idea.
I think, for sure in the current metagame, but that metagame could be changing very soon.
Oh,
with
yes.
this gym rework on the horizon.
We need to talk about that too.
We do.
So, well, let's just jump into it right now.
Yes, let's.
First of all, I will make my bold prediction here again, is that I'm expecting the gym rework to drop at the end of this rock type event. And my reasoning for that is, one, the event lasts from Thursday through Thursday, which to me is kind of a random day to start an event. But Thursday is the day that iOS App Store updates push out. So if they wanted to drop an update at the very end of the event, they would be perfectly timed to do that with both the Android and Apple app stores. So that's perfect timing. On top of that, Gen 2 dropped right after the Valentine's Day event. So it seems like it's obviously a good idea to push this event, get people interested, get people out playing the game, and then announce something big immediately afterwards while you have this spike of people who are involved in the game. So it's perfect timing in my opinion, and we already know that they're doing these big updates every quarter. We got Gen 2 in February. It's been 3 months. It's been actually almost like a day over 3 months exactly since Gen 2 dropped. So it's perfect timing in my opinion for the Gen rework to drop at the end of this.
So yes, that's definitely true. I actually want to throw in a little bit of a theory before we go back into the whole gym rework. I have a theory that I would like you guys' opinion on. And the way that I see it, we have a lot of these type events right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I think is that this is going to be a trend where there's going to be a couple of type events. And then after they had every single one of them, I honestly feel this is preparation for Gen 3. They're going to have a couple of them, fire, electric, what else? Fighting, hopefully, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to make normal type. I don't think it's going to be a bug type. I don't think ice type would be one, or ghost, or dark and dragon.
What about an anniversary event? Because I'm sure I heard something mentioned in one of the data mines about an anniversary, costume, I think, or something, a while back. So I'm thinking I think it came out officially, Pokemon Go, July the 7th. So I'm thinking a year on kind of event. Whether we
I think what you're thinking of was for the Pokemon anniversary in February when we had the... Yeah, I think that's what that ended up being.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely expecting something for
I heard
the game anniversary.
Yeah. I heard so many people disappointed on that. on the Pikachu hat.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But that was not an event. Like it was.
That
not.
was more just like a little gimmick they did. I
Right.
still think they will do an anniversary event, but I'm not sure what it will be. We still don't have Smeargle or Delibird, I think.
Right.
So whether Smeargle drops in that, like somehow, I guess it's the same as Ditto really, why it hasn't dropped, because it's got that sketch as that move, which is similar to Transform. Maybe it's just waiting for the gym rework, to be honest, because we don't know how that's going to work and whether it's different and that move is going to be different now how it would have been before. For example, sketch might have acted differently in the current gym metagame, so we're just going to have to wait and see, really.
Imagine healing your with Delibird. Imagine healing the Pokemon you're fighting against. That'd be funny.
Right. Bring that Blissey back to full health. Oh my god.
I just smashed my phone, to be honest.
I would have no phone left and no power bank.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly,
No, I
I'd take
wouldn't.
it. I would be excited for that kind of, variety in the game. Just something other than straight up damage.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's cool.
on that note, what are you guys hoping for? What's like best case scenario? What do you want out of the gym rework?
Okay, this
Yeah,
is
I think
something that
this
I have
is
been
your
complaining
thing, yeah.
about for a long time with Pokemon Go. And for one, it's not a Pokemon game yet for me. It just feels like this is Catching Simulator 2016. For me, we love Pokemon games because it makes us feel like the very best, the catchphrase. I don't think there's a competitive edge, really. I liked how on Twitter, Pokemon Go basically announced that Team Mystic had caught the most Pokemon. I wasn't even aware they were counting. But I like that because it gives a competitive edge. You actually want to go out and catch Pokemon to help your team. I think there should be some kind of leaderboard thing, basically, is what I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
Whether that's like a localized leaderboard, maybe like in terms of country, city, Europe, continent, whatever. And you can see where you rank, because for me, when I play games, I want to know how well I'm doing. That kind of makes me want to play more, to kind of get further up the ladder, basically. I want to know what you guys think of that.
I agree completely, but that's not what Niantic is aiming for. What I feel.
No.
I feel Niantic is aiming for the experience with making that type of a game. Like, they're aiming for like, hey, let's make this fun. Let's make catching things fun.
I mean, it still would be fun. It just kind of it's more of an incentive to play, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's
how are you
definitely
supposed
true.
to know you're the
Yeah,
very
I
best
agree.
without a way to test that? I mean, I guess there's the levels, obviously, but now that there's quite a few people reaching level 40, who's the best level 40 player in the world?
Brandon with 150 million experience.
I mean,
That's insane.
Fair play to it.
That is, to put it into perspective, that is reaching level 40, which, by the way, requires 20 million experience,
Which
7.5 times.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
When I was
Done it once.
so actually, I quickly want to point it out. There were people in Denmark that I met that had 28,000 Pidgey candy, and they did 5 million experience, which is the level required from level 39 to level 40 in one day, just during that event. So they would buy Pokeballs inside of the store and then constantly catch with Go Plus, and then walk around, hatch their eggs, and keep on evolving nonstop. Just evolve, and then force close evolve while you're at it.
That's insane. That's unbelievable.
that is crazy.
I would love to do that
Machinery.
kind of grind. Dude,
I'm
when Reversal comes out here to LA, I'm gonna let's do a grind like that. I want to do the full Reversal grind for one day and just see what that's like.
All right.
that would be a good video, to be honest.
I'm ready.
8 hours
I'm
of
ready
walking,
for it.
Nick. Get ready.
Yep,
Back and forth.
I can handle it.
Lures, we'll drop them, we'll alternate. You'll get to level, you're 35 now? 36?
Oh God, I wish.
What level
No,
are you at?
I'm almost 34.
Oh, you're almost
I'm so
34.
slow.
Okay, we'll get you to 36.
All right, that
We'll
would
get you to
make my
40.
I
day.
really need to join you guys. I'm ashamed of my level.
What level are you?
Oh, I'm not saying on a Pokemon Go podcast. No,
For those,
okay, so I'm the type of guy who doesn't religiously play it, but I'm around 24. Yeah, okay. Throw hate comments at me. It's cool. Cool.
Oh, you're
I'll take them.
you're still in the tutorial then.
Still not picked my my alliance. Yeah. No. I just play it when I feel like it. I think that's the
Yeah, that
beauty
is
about
that is a
Pokemon
good
Go.
way. That is honestly a good way of playing. Honestly.
Yeah,
You don't
absolutely. For
really
those who
get
aren't
burnt
maybe
out.
aren't familiar, Twintendo is sort of our general Pokemon liaison here on his channel. He covers everything Pokemon related, and was one of the first people to ever cover
Pioneers.
Pokemon Go way back in the day.
Pioneer.
So
And that's what you get if
Yeah.
you are a Pokemon channel. That
Yeah, I mean,
everything that is Pokemon you just pick up, even before the masses. You know.
I can't even remember why I did pick up Pokemon Go. It interested me, but there was barely any news, and it just it blew up. We never thought it'd be this big. I mean,
yeah.
thankfully it was.
So that actually, like thinking back, whenever Pokemon Go launched, do you think that Pokemon Go is in a better state than when we got started with the game? And I'm not talking about server issues. I'm talking about like the way the game is shaped. Would have ever thought it would have been the way it is right now?
I'll let you talk about this first, Nick.
I think it's definitely, obviously, it's a big improvement from what it was at the beginning. I just don't think it's quite enough yet. Like at this point, I still don't think even Niantic feels that this is the game that they wanted to put out. The gym rework, I think, is a big step towards that. Obviously, we still don't have trading. We know that they're at least thinking about PvP, and that's potentially coming. Probably not as part of the gym rework, but those, I think, trading, PvP, are big parts of the Pokemon franchise. Like that's
a core
kind of the whole point
concept.
is, there's this collaboration or like competition between people, and that's something that's definitely missing from Pokemon Go. I mean, we have it in other ways, and obviously the gym rework is trying to push collaboration. There's definitely a community aspect as far as like everyone going out and seeing the same Pokemon.
Yeah, I really don't know how they're gonna do it though. The gym rework, it is still so mysterious to me.
Yeah,
I cannot
really know much, do we?
I cannot imagine how it's going to be much different from the way it is right now.
Right. I'm honestly, best case for me is like an entire battle system overhaul. So if you guys remember when I snuck into Niantic HQ in that one video.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
I actually did get to like talk to someone from the Pokemon Company briefly, who said that they're there helping Niantic with the next big feature, which at this point we know is the gym rework. So if the Pokemon Company is really there, working in-house with Niantic on this rework, then I have pretty high hopes for it.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for status effects, for moves like sword stance, for stat buffs. I don't know if we're going to get expanded stats and get a physical special split, but that would add a ton of depth to the game. I'm honestly not sure how similar the Pokemon Company is comfortable with the Pokemon Go battle system being to the main series. I know for sure we're not going to get turn-based. There's no way we're going to get turn-based. They want it to be fast. It's a mobile game. But I'm just hoping for a lot more than just tap and swipe, because right now all that matters with moves is which one does the best DPS. There's nothing else to consider when you're looking at moves in this game. So of course there's always going to be one best move set. There's not like, oh, in this case I would use this, but in another case maybe this is better. So once we get a little bit more depth, and I'm hoping we do with the gym rework, it's going to be a huge improvement in my opinion.
It's interesting you mentioned movesets, because I saw the Niantic Help Twitter account mentioning that they might potentially allow players to re-roll their kind of moves for certain Pokemon.
I think what you saw was that they see that people are interested in like different moves.
Yeah, they know.
Right. Yeah.
That they are aware that people want it. So maybe they will incorporate it in this new gym rework, because I don't know, it feels like it's gonna be something incredibly game changing.
I think we might be overthinking it, perhaps, because like Nick was saying, you can't have it too
I honestly
close
hope
to,
not.
oh yeah, exactly, same. But you can't have it too close to Sun and Moon, or well, not Sun and Moon, but like the core Pokemon franchises. Because one, turn-based, too slow, and if it is turn-based, then you never really have to buy another Pokemon game again in some aspects. Because it's here on your phone for free. So I completely agree with that. I can't see how they can change it too much, but it definitely is due an overhaul for sure.
Well, at the same time, I do feel that the audience for the actual Pokemon franchise games and Pokemon Go is severely, drastically different from each other. Like it's kind of crazy when you think about it.
True, yeah, that's true.
A lot of players that never were interested in Pokemon now play Pokemon Go. Even people that weren't into gaming at all play Pokemon Go, and they play it. They're dedicated folks out there.
Yeah, no, that's true. I know a lot of people like that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy how it just blew up. Like, everyone was playing it. I think a lot of people who didn't think Pokemon Go was cool, oh, not Pokemon Go, sorry, just Pokemon in general, like, you know, they dropped out of it, you know, and now it's kind of like playing their childhood again. That was a big, you know, reason why it did so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely really special in that way. In that, I think, like, you know, Twintendo and I, and then a couple other YouTubers were covering the game before it launched, just kind of keeping people updated on news, and there wasn't really a ton of interest at that point. Like, I mean, my channel was really small. My videos were getting a couple thousand views.
Like, but how you had like 12,000 subs before?
I had less than 3,000.
Yeah,
subs
less than
before the game
2,000, and then it just it was that one video when the game came out, and it just
made that really smart video. How to play Pokemon
I think
Go.
You know, we were expecting every Pokemon fan to play the game for sure.
Yeah.
Probably expecting people who played the game as kids to pick it up and check it out, but we weren't expecting the entire world to get in on the action.
I want to ask
a viral success.
Yeah. I want to actually ask the people that are watching right now, under what category do you fall personally? Under what circumstance? Like, tell us your story as to how you picked up Pokemon Go and what it actually means to you, because that is I think it's going to be very cool to read as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so cool. Just the people that you meet when you're playing this game.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's so unexpected. Like you were saying, the 70-year-old woman with the Magikarp hat. That's so
or that
cool.
woman back in Japan who was catching that Dragonite.
Yeah.
She was like trying to catch the Dragonite, but she couldn't reach it. And at the end, it ended up running away. It was really sad.
That's disappointing.
No.
I'm getting triggered just from hearing that story.
It was really sad.
Problems with that.
And I didn't understand her, but she was asking for someone to try help her catch that Dragonite.
Oh, wow.
That's what Josh told me, actually. It's
Yeah,
man, pretty cool.
that was good times, that event in Japan.
Yeah,
That did seem like a really cool event.
I think probably a lot of us were kind of expecting the game to be a little more like that, where like travel was a little bit more required.
Definitely.
So I think that's
like for legendaries, for example, which we still don't know too much about. I'm expecting before the game came out, I was thinking you'll have to travel to like the capital of your country, you know, London. Or I say capital of USA is massive, so I think USA is okay because it's got so many big cities. But okay, for example, a big city basically is what I mean. And we still don't know how that's going to work because it showed in the trailer raids seem to be like, you know, a big organized event. We know Ingress has done that in the past in big cities.
It's not going to be smart to do that for Pokemon Go, though.
They can't. It's bigger than
too big.
Ingress. Much bigger. It would just be chaos.
Yeah. It's not good to do it.
I think that's why we're waiting so long for legendaries, because they don't know themselves
absolutely.
how they're going to do it.
Yeah. They've definitely said, you know, in the past that it takes a lot of prep work. It takes a lot of organization, and that they're just not equipped to do it on the scale that Pokemon Go demands. Although John Hankey did say in like a recent interview that they're trying to get the first legendaries out before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're working on a way that'll, you know, obviously no matter how they do it, if it's an in-person event, it's going to attract a huge crowd. So my guess is they're going to try to hold them, you know, a ton of them, like as many as they can, so that not everyone has to go to one location.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when we went to Japan, the reports were that 100,000 people came through the city during that event. That's a small city.
And those were like the days when we arrived there were like the calm days.
Right.
Yeah.
So go back to either of our videos, see how it was in Ishinomaki, see that crowd, and then multiply that by like 10 or no, maybe 5.
Yeah.
And that was the amount of people that were there. When we were there, we barely could walk. Like, that's how crazy it was.
And that's just for Lapras. So imagine...
Yeah, but then not only that,
Right.
but they had to make a change, which is now a permanent change, where the spawn times were increased from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So in Ishinumaki, you had people just running, stampeding, even crazier than whenever Pokemon Go, maybe not, got launched, in order to get those Lapras.
Exactly. But like, I mean, and Lapras are great Pokemon, but like, if that's for legendary Pokemon, just imagine what the sizes of the crowds are going to be.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
And they can't do that, really.
So what I think that they might potentially do, hopefully, get like some sort of like in-game system for yourself to like your client or your game itself, where you can trigger the event. I think that would be the best thing to do.
I've been thinking the same, where it's up to the user to kind of trigger it on their phone rather than it's a like, server-wide legendary spawn.
Like you need to do you need to fulfill a couple of criteria before you can actually, get yourself that legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an item, like an item from Pokestops or something like that, that would kind of like trigger the event, and then you'd have to do a set amount of things in order to actually, I don't know.
I think that'd be really fun, to be honest. No, I like that idea.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like following steps. It's kind of like if you guys have played Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon games. I mean, I saw you playing Emerald the other day, Nick, with mixed success. We won't go into that. But to catch the Regi trio, or the Regi trio, however you want to say it, you've got to follow quite a few steps. So you've got to go underground. You've got to transcribe Braille, basically, and find out what the messages are saying, and follow all these things. Got to catch a Wailord and a Relicanth, and basically just do all these sorts of things to just unlock the tombs for the Regis. And that's kind of what I'd love for Pokemon Go. These, maybe a few steps. Get this item from Pokestop, catch maybe a certain amount of Pokemon or whatever it wants you to do. For example, I can't think of a really good example on the spot, but something like that. I think that's a really good idea, Reversal.
Yeah, and I lost you guys.
Go on.
Sorry, what I was saying, you guys cut out. So, they try to focus on the real world, obviously. And it would be difficult to like require people to go to a specific location. But what they could easily do is, once you start this event, once you you get the item drop from a Pokestop, whatever, it can start something where now you have to walk 10 kilometers, and it doesn't matter where you walk to, but after 10 kilometers, you unlock the next step.
Yeah, that's a better example. Forget what I was saying.
Yeah, but that sounds great, because that would also stimulate, people moving.
Yeah, that's what the game's about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think we send this podcast to Niantic and we pitch this idea. Trademark podcast.
I completely agree there.
Because I think that was great. I think that's such a good idea, dude.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, guys, what you think of that idea, because I love that idea, personally.
Well, thanks. Yeah.
And
I mean, there's just so much. There's so much that they can do with it that they haven't yet. And I'm sure they know that and that they're working on it. But yeah.
I mean, I think it's just because the amount of people. I saw them in an interview talking about why trading so late. That's just because of the volume of people playing. It pushed them back months, really, of all the servers they had to get. So, for me, it's not a game you can judge. Pokemon, you can't judge it in a year. Pokemon Go, you can't even judge it in 2 years. I think we will see the full scope of the game 2.5 years, perhaps, and that's when you can say, do you know what, this is the more or less the final kind of core of the game, because it'll still be updating all the time, but you can't judge it now. And I think they're making really good steps. It's definitely improving. Going back on what you said earlier, has it improved since it first launched? I think so. I'm not too bothered that they took away the free footstep tracking thing. I know a lot of people were. Kind of got used to that, and I think they're doing really well. It just needs a few more things polished, like the battling,
they need to bring
the trading.
that back, man. They need to bring back the footsteps.
Do you really think so?
If I don't know if you've been in a rural area playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I live in a rural area.
Sightings literally don't do a thing. They just don't.
Exactly, yeah. You just got to find them. It's potluck.
It's horrible.
So I completely agree with that, yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't know.
Because if I want to play Pokemon Go, I've got to go into the city centre, really. If I really want to have the experience that Niantic are pushing out to us at the moment with the Pokestop tracker. Maybe they just bring back the free footstep thing in rural areas. I'm not sure if that's actually possible for them to do.
Or alternate, like give us the ability to choose what you prefer.
Yeah. Because for where I live, I have one Pokestop and it's half an hour walk away from me. which that's why I don't play it
Right.
as much. But if I go into city centre, you've got absolutely, they're everywhere. You got a line.
I understand why you're level 24, man.
Yep.
And that's not in a sarcastic way. Like,
No,
I
exactly,
legitimately
I know.
understand, because like people that live in
LA,
rural areas won't ask you how strong are your Pokemon, but
Yeah.
they will ask you how many Pokeballs do you have.
Right.
They run out quickly in rural areas. That's why
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Pokeballs 50% off in store. Let's go. Let's go.
No, aren't you like more excited for the? I'm actually personally really excited for the more items out of.
Oh yeah,
Pokestops.
absolutely. But
Yeah.
the stocks.
Will you be going to the city center? This
Yeah.
Event?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna stock up on items. I'm gonna be like, just
Yeah.
not even catch Pokemon for one day of that event.
Do you play
spin.
with incense?
I do occasionally. I buy them in bulk, basically.
Right.
So I buy like 20 at a time, and I'll put them on during events. I don't really use them, on non-event days, just because I feel like you get the most out. I get the most out of Pokemon Go in events, basically.
Right. I think a lot of people play that way.
Yeah.
And that seems
Yeah.
to be the reason that they're trying to push these events out more frequently. Like, we just had the grass event not too long ago.
Yeah,
And they're
I am
already,
really
pushing another one.
concerned. I am concerned about the biomes.
Yeah,
Please
that's
do
my
not
one
make.
thing.
Please do not make events biome restricted. Just add a layer of
Yeah.
new Pokemon or something like
I
that.
feel like we've hyped everyone up
Yeah.
about this event so much, and then when it comes out tomorrow, we're gonna find out it's biomes, and we're gonna have to make an apology video or something.
This
So,
is the one. This is the one. We're sorry.
Yeah,
Just in case.
There
just
you
in
go.
case.
Just in
We
case.
apologize a lot. We're looking forward to
It's
it.
gonna be a nightmare though, because I never see rock types. I just don't. Like Dunsparce, that's a ground type. Diglett,
Yeah.
that's a ground type. I don't see rock types. No.
Is
just don't.
Dunsparce a ground type?
Yeah, because it was
Normal.
Yeah, I thought it was
Normal.
normal.
It was normal. Oh, my bad. I just been watching the anime, and in the
No,
anime
it digs.
itself,
We'll
he's,
let
like,
you
in the
off. Don't worry.
ground.
We'll let you off.
Yeah.
It kind of looks. It has this ground. It has this ground rock type vibe to it.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah. I feel that.
But yeah, I completely agree. I'm not sure if it's a European thing, but we have no rock type Pokemon. At least where me and Reversal live. So
Yeah.
hopefully that helps this event. That this event will help us because we need it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
So, what are your goals for the event?
To play the game and get to 25, level 25. Let's do this. No, okay. For me, it's basically just have fun because that's what the game's about. Just get as many Pokemon as I can. Whether it's rock Pokemon or not, I'll still enjoy it. And hopefully come out of the event with enough Pokeballs to sustain me till the next event is a goal. Because I'm not sure if I'll probably be spending a lot on Pokeballs. I don't mind. Because this seems like the best event in a long time. It's got basically everything we've loved about the previous events all into one. Plus the Explorer's hat. So yeah,
The Explorer's hat, man.
Yeah.
I keep plugging that. Yeah.
Well, what is your goal for this event, Nick?
For me, the number one goal is to get enough candies to get my Ampharos.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because
it's
this
an
is
amazing
this is the
fair.
best opportunity. I think it's something like 30 kilometers is what I need to walk, and that's totally doable.
Yeah.
Within a week, I can
Yeah.
easily do
You do
that.
10 in a day.
So that's my main goal. Because, I see rock types all the time.
Yeah, you're just gonna.
So I'm not
Ignore 'em.
super excited about it. The candy is obviously nice. Geodude is like a mass evolution, an experience evolution for me, which probably hurts both of you to hear.
It really
But I have
does. Yeah.
so many Geodude candies that I just evolve them for experience.
I might
now.
have a look how many I have. Just to
No,
depress
I
me.
love my Pidgeys. I love my Pidgeys.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
As sad as that sounds.
Pidgey is my best friend.
There you go.
Well, you're level 40
Is that
now.
what you're
You
going to
really
be
need
walking
them.
with?
I do, in fact. I'm not gonna limit myself by, and that's what a lot of people ask. Like, why do you still keep on playing as like grinding for experience as much? My goal is 50 million experience, not 20.
Do you think they'll improve the level cap? Like, increase it, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like World of Warcraft does with
I'm
expansions.
convinced that they will at some point.
I
Yeah,
wonder if that.
absolutely. I think so.
They did the same thing with Ingress, so.
Do you think that experience points will travel over to levels, or do you think it'll just be like?
Oh, there's gonna be riots if they don't do that.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you just jump up to level
gonna
50?
be
or will it
riots
be-
if they
yeah.
don't do that.
That's interesting. Maybe have a discussion about that another time. But that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they do need to definitely add more levels because I don't think they thought people would reach that as quick as they did.
Yeah, it's kind of
the
like
dedication.
people are finding ways to get more experience, and save your candies really did help out.
Yeah.
That was one thing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
a friend of mine, he said to me, he recently reached level 40. He said, "Hey, Niantic said save your candies, so I will oblige."
I've just checked my Geodude candy, and it's a depressing 13. So
There you go.
So there we go.
Well,
More
Rock
Geodudes,
type
please.
event.
Okay, last question. Shiny, you expect
yeah.
one to be there?
I
I don't
No.
I don't think so. Not during the event.
Same.
If they
I
had
feel
one in
if
the
they're
grass
gonna-
event, then I would completely say yes. There'll be shiny Geodudes or something. But no, I can't see
I
it.
feel what I personally feel is that if they're gonna be releasing shinies, that they're gonna like release them all together now, not just one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No,
I feel
agree.
this is like a return of like baby Pokemon.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. It wouldn't surprise me to see shinies maybe introduced at a similar time to trading, just because they're kind of going to be valuable Pokemon. But we still don't know when trading is going to be. So
Yeah.
If there's gonna be shinies, it would make me tap on my Murkrows again the moment I see them.
oh, I hate those. I hate those. Why are they so hard? They're crazy.
I would really
Oh,
start
man.
catching Murkrows again.
I mean, I guess you can catch
Yeah.
them for Gen 4, but like that's really thinking
Nah,
for the future.
That's far off.
That's
Exactly.
far off.
So
I just love that Gen 3 is not going to be so much prep as it was for Gen 2.
yeah.
Right.
I think what Pokemon again are the ones you can prep for in some way, shape, or form.
In Gen 3, I don't think anything gets a new evolution.
Oh.
There's
Yeah, but
new
you're able to
babies.
evolve a baby into an evolved form, right?
Let me. I should know. this.
Wobbuffet gets a baby.
Yeah,
Wobbuffet,
why not?
yeah.
Gen 3.
I think it's more just, yeah, why not? And Azurill for Marill.
Oh,
Yeah,
Azurill,
that's right.
yeah.
Another baby.
Yeah, another baby.
But so yeah, nothing I can think of gets an evolution, and it's the first generation we're gonna have without an evolution.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to wait.
I don't mind it because we're getting so many great. Like Gen 3 is my favorite gen of all time.
Good choice.
hands down.
Yeah.
Because
I love Gen
there's
3.
so many cool designs of Pokemon.
We got Banana Beard, Detropius. We have.
Yes.
I mean,
Kecleon.
have you just talking about Gen 3? This is interesting. Have you guys seen the CP speculations for Gen 3?
Slacking.
Yes, slacking.
Yeah, slacking. It's
Just
absolutely
one word.
broken.
5,000
5400 or something like
CP.
that.
He's so broken. I just hope that spoofing and everything just gets fixed. Like, this is gonna be an unpopular statement by a lot, but I just hope that trackers are completely terminated
Yeah.
by the time Gen 3 gets out, because otherwise, in my city, or everybody's city, the Blissies will be slackings. And I have a feeling
So
those
true.
are gonna be worse than Blissies. It's gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
a mixture between Tyranitar, Slacking, probably Salamence, and Blissey.
Oh my
and
God.
that's not a meta that I want to see personally.
Well, it depends how the gym rework's obviously done as well.
that
but
is
I
that
completely
is
agree.
yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, great
No,
call
that's,
there.
that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, going
for the-
back to that, I honestly hope that CP just goes away.
Yeah.
I mean, they can keep CP, but it's been one of my biggest complaints from the beginning is that CP is you can't distill an entire Pokemon down to one number
Exactly. Yeah.
because you lose so much in doing that.
Yeah.
So if they keep
The whole
CP, I
point
hope
of-
that at least the placement in gyms is determined by something other than CP. Like a Pokemon's
Yeah.
level would be fine. I think people can handle seeing what level their Pokemon is. I think that's something that people understand. Like it's not going to drive casual players away if all of a sudden they know that, oh, my Blissey is level 31.
Yeah.
And if I give it more candies, it's level 32. Like that's not a difficult
Yeah.
concept for people to understand. So
I wouldn't mind
That's-
that at
yeah.
all. And then CP being the tiebreaker or something like that. Like that'd be
Right.
fine with me. I would love to see a Shuckle on top of a gym.
True. Exactly.
please,
Yeah. Because
I would love that.
little
Because
CP
Shuckle is
Pokemon.
kind of an interesting Pokemon during this rock event. I feel
That's
it's
a really
one of the
good one,
best
yeah.
gym prestigers.
Yeah.
I thought Shocker was going to be amazing for gyms, and it just surprisingly wasn't because it's got for guys
It
for
is.
people who don't know.
It is, but then for prestiging, but then you got to ask
Well,
yourself,
yeah, but I
like,
meant
where
for,
does it start?
for more defending. Like I thought it'd be more like Blissey, really,
Yeah.
because it's got ridiculous defense stats. If people don't know, it's
It's the highest
through
right?
the roof. Yeah, it's got basically
Yeah.
got the highest defense stat.
I
out of every
tested
Pokemon.
it I tested it out once against my 100% maxed out IV Vaporeon. And I could take down Choco, of course, but it took me like 10 hits or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, that Choco had like 150 CP or something like that. Maybe it was 8 hits, but it was still a substantial amount of hits that I needed to do on that Choco to take it down.
I think the problem with Choco is just offensive power. It can take the hits, and I think this goes back to what Nick was saying with status effects. If a Choco has like Toxic and kind of wears your Pokemon down, I mean, there's a way for Choco to be a pretty interesting Pokemon.
Oh yes, that's where
exactly.
gym battles would be far more interesting, or just 1v1s.
Instead of just tapping your screen and just hoping for the best. Yeah, so, there you go, Niantic. You can thank us later.
Right?
Okay, so any final words?
I'm very excited about the Explorer's hat. I hope everyone else is too. But no, I think we're going to be looking forward to this event as long as it's not biome exclusive. And
oh, yes.
Yeah, that's really it. Looking forward to the future changes. What about you guys?
I'm definitely excited to see where the gym rework goes. I'm still very hopeful and pretty confident that it's going to come at the end of the event. So hopefully during our next episode, we'll be going in depth with the gym rework, which, by the way, is going to be on Reversal's channel as a reminder, and then following that one on Twintendo's channel. So go check out both of their channels. I'm going to put links in the description to those. Reversal, anything else?
I think someone's getting picked up in the background. I don't know what's happening over there.
I was going to say.
Something
living in downtown.
Yeah, it's been going on for a little while, right?
Sirens.
No, I don't have much to add. I just think it's really interesting the way Niantic is right now doing these different types of type events. I think that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to see a fire type event, an electric, fighting type would be really awesome. And I personally think, and this is just like my bold statement, after these type events are over, Gen 3 is going to drop like midsummer or something like that.
Yeah, I think it needs to drop at the summer. It's the best time to drop it. Lots of people playing.
Absolutely.
It's a no-brainer. So,
and lastly, like I feel that the fall and winter of this year are going to be groundbreaking for this game.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all hope so, don't we?
But yeah.
Okay.
Right on. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed this, the first ever episode of GoCast. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Make sure you leave all kinds of comments, topic suggestions, questions that you want answered, anything like that. And we'll definitely go through it and address as much as we can in the next episode.